Hey guys, Claire here, and look who I have. Hi.
Hi.
This is my Aunt Tina, and
Yeah,
it's so exciting. I'm extra excited today because we are baking the consummate Thomas family cake.
Yes.
This is the Thomas family
This
cake.
one's requested the most.
Definitely Tina's greatest hit for sure. And it's actually the very first recipe I ever posted on the Kitschy Kitchen.
Really?
It's devil's food cake with 7-minute frosting.
Yes, it's that combo, I think.
The combo is necessary. This is definitely one of Tina's more vintage recipes because Tina makes the most amazing vintage cakes. And I feel like the thing that to me that makes this feel especially vintage is the frosting because it's a boiled frosting.
And my mom taught me this actually. It's like she didn't cook a lot, but
but Nanny
it's
Lolo.
actually Nanny Lolo came from her.
That's amazing. Well,
Yeah.
let's show them how to make it. And I have to say, I'm really excited because I think we've figured out the perfect trick to getting perfect 7-minute frosting.
Awesome.
Every time.
Together, we make a team.
We make it, yes. It's happening. All right, cool. Well, let's get started with the devil's food cake. So what do we have in front of us here?
1½ cups of flour, 1/2 cup unsweetened chocolate, 1 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda, 1 1/4 cups of sugar, teaspoon of vanilla, 2 eggs, 2/3 cup of oil, and 1 cup of buttermilk. So the first thing we're gonna do is put the wet ingredients in the bowl.
Perfect. Buttermilk.
Buttermilk, and then the oil is just vegetable oil. Put in the 2 eggs,
And room temperature is best for these.
room temperature, and the vanilla.
Great. And then, do you want me to drizzle in this sugar
Yeah,
as
well,
you do it?
Okay,
Perfect.
so I'm gonna start.
That looks great. So we just
Yeah.
mixed everything till it kind of started getting incorporated.
Yes.
And now sifting dry ingredients.
Yes.
So let's see, I'm gonna just kind of do this over because it has to go in anyway. And I think the same thing, right? Like I'll sift this while you mix it.
Yeah, I would add that in so it gets all mixed together.
Perfect. So in goes the baking soda.
Okay.
In goes the cocoa powder. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
This looks absolutely wonderful. So we just pour half in each of our cake pans?
Yes. I just wanted to mention too,
Yeah.
the mixing is that you're not supposed to do it very long.
How are we baking them?
25 minutes, 350 degrees. They're ready to
Perfect.
go.
In the oven. Our cakes are out of the oven. They are
Perfect.
cooled. They are ready to go. They're so spongy.
Yes.
And now we're gonna make the devil's food cake with 7-minute frosting. The 7-minute frosting is first off a misnomer because every recipe of 7-minute frosting I've ever done is like a 25-minute recipe of frosting.
Yeah. It's not 7.
It's not 7. I don't know
Like double that.
Who's saying that? That's so rude. But the main reason why I made a big adjustment to the recipe, so the ingredients are the exact same as what we've
Right.
traditionally done, which I'm pretty sure is from like a 1970 something version of Joy of Cooking.
Yeah, definitely.
Like hanging around, but the process is different. And the reason why the process is different is because Tina and I have both had such like a ridiculous struggle with this frosting just deciding to not work.
Yeah. I know my daughter Rachel, her cousin, wanted it for her wedding at the Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yes.
So I made it ahead of time, made the cake ahead of time, made the frosting thinking that I could transport it to the hotel. And I began frosting the cake and it was just dripping. I just like completely dripped. It was a disaster, and the wedding was that day. And I realized that you have to, frost the cake within, that hour. Or
Exactly,
whatever.
like when the
You
frosting-
can't transport it.
Exactly.
But we saved the day.
Yeah, and I
Henry
mean-
saved the day, and your dad.
Totally, and it
We went and
tasted.
got another cake.
Yeah, we got another cake. We bought another cake for photos, but then the rest of us were just like eating it.
I
and then,
know.
as I mentioned before, our family's obsessed with it, so we don't care if it's like a complete.
Yeah, it still tasted good.
I still ate it. Yeah. But no, it's just so frustrating. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, why is this happening? And I realized one of my favorite frostings to make is an Italian buttercream, and the base of that is an Italian meringue. And it's super stable. And the reason why is because you make a sugar syrup that you cook to the thread stage, which means that the sugar actually has a lot of structure to it. So I was thinking, instead of traditionally mixing all of this together in a double boiler and just like praying to the frosting gods that it works out, what if we made the syrup first and then added it to the whipped egg whites? Would that create something more stable? So this is 3 cups of sugar, a tablespoon of corn syrup, 1/4 teaspoon of cream of tartar. I have some vanilla. I have 1/2 cup plus 1 tablespoon of cold water. And then I have 4 egg whites at room temperature. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the sugar, the corn syrup, and the water in a pot, and I'm gonna get it up to 230-ish degrees. And then meanwhile, we're gonna start whipping up the egg whites and getting them beautifully frothy, and then we're gonna mix the whole thing together. All right, and here's the best part.
Oh my God, nice and thick and perfect for spreading. Get those nice curly.
That's right. I'm
Curly
so
things.
excited about, obviously. I'm so
Yay.
excited about this. You
Good
don't
job.
understand the amount of stress
I
this has been
know.
for like our family. So
It won't
Um,
thicken.
I did want to show something before we start icing. I actually made this yesterday. So this was my practice round. And what's so fun with it is, first off, next day frosting.
Yeah, which is
Do I dare?
so good.
Crazy. It's like so thick. But if you look at it, you'll see these little bumps. And what that is the best part of the 7-minute frosting. As you let the cake sit out,
Yeah, it's the crunchy. It gets a little crunchy the next day, and we always would love going in the fridge and getting another slice.
it gets this like meringue.
It like tastes better.
It does. It's this like meringue crunch on the outside.
Yeah.
It's just like everything. So if you can, definitely do that. The other thing to throw this out there, because I've noticed this pops up whenever I use eggs and I'm baking it or cooking it in a non-traditional manner. The eggs are cooked because, so all the egg whites here are cooked. We poured a 230-degree syrup over them. So you can actually leave the cake out overnight if you want. The one thing I will say about this cake is the icing evaporates, which is why you get that awesome crunch. So if you leave it out overnight, or if you're planning to, just make sure to give it more frosting. How do you typically, like what's your way of icing this cake usually?
I'd put like a nice thick layer in the middle. All right, then we put the top.
So do we just do a ton on top? Do you like doing a crumb coat? How do you usually do this?
I just, we'll put
Put a bunch on top?
Put a bunch on top, smooth it all out. So yeah, just kind of, you want it to look luscious. And,
Oh, I love that. That's the signature for Tina's cakes. Is
just kind of like a bunch of whipped cream.
so pretty. It is the holiday season, so I thought it'd be fun to maybe emphasize the winter wonderland.
That's awesome.
Let's see, finishing touch.
Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. Look at
A little vignette. And what I like about this,
how easy is that?
right? And it looks great, but it didn't really take that much more effort.
No.
You know?
Just like a few things on top. That is so
awesome.
cute. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Well, thanks so much for watching, guys. Please comment below what other cakes would you like to see me and Aunt Tina make. We're doing a whole series of these, so we have some beautiful cakes coming up. Thank you, Tina. Appreciate it. All right, well, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.